Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Bulldog Show. We got some great topics to discuss today. Let's get right with it. First, Marvel and Pfizer are teaming up to boost the vaccines. In other words, the superheroes are all getting their vaccines and boosters, so you should too. You know what? That isn't going to change one of us who don't want to get the vaccine. You believe it? Marvel. Of course, remember, they're all part of the American Communist 10 working together. Kanye West, or Ye West, Y-E West, whatever he wants to call himself, had a great interview with Tucker Carlson. I hope you saw it. I mean, it was off the charts good. His insights. He said more blacks are murdered by abortion in New York City than are born. Wow. But his insights and his comments and everything, he explained that it was just like Tanya Harding doing the first triple axel in the Olympics, that when he wore that White Lives Matter shirt, that he just felt the compunction to do it to make a point. But you know what? He is a thorn in the side of the left. By the way, his main theme is how evil the media is with the censorship and everything else. Think about how rich and powerful in pop culture he is, and he still has to deal with what he deals with. He brought up Lizzo, who's his friend, losing 10 pounds, and then she gets fat shamed for losing those 10 pounds, reverse fat shaming. And he said, you know, how messed up is that? You know, being fat is not clinically healthy. I mean, it's just truly amazing. But anyway, y'all check it out. Puberty blocking drugs, they're moving forward with them without even trials, testing whether or not they're safe or not. There was a Las Vegas knife attack, 2 people killed. This guy apparently attacked dancers, you know, the Broadway type dancers, the big show dancers. 2 killed, knife attack. Violence everywhere. Electric cars, apparently, the engines are apparently blowing up with water damage down in Florida. Well, my first thing is, you know, I would think water damage would destroy any vehicle, but I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. But I was thinking down Fort Myers, there's probably a lot of electric cars. And maybe when you walk around, you go, boom, boom. I'm not making fun of the storm damage. It's awful. I got a buddy down there whose brother's house got wiped out. His house got hit hard. It's just awful what's going on in Fort Myers. But I have to admit about the concept and the idea of electric cars just going boom. Lori Lightfoot, you talk about disconnect. Crime in her city's 37%, but she's got time to do a karaoke song on TikTok trying to act all cool. She's not cool. You know, there's some people that know Putin who thinks that he has a death wish. And by the way, I feel like a prophet. I've been talking about this. The one thing that concerns me about Putin is he's so evil, and if he's going to die in this world, he might want to take everybody with him. The only thing I was thinking about is maybe his children would keep him from doing it. But this guy says we are closer to ever to nuclear holocaust, even more so than the 1961 Cuban Missile Crisis. That ought to scare you. China, you know, busted, stealing things out of a U.S. weapon and nuclear lab. And again, I think I'm the only person that's talked about this from day one. And I predicted this under the Obama administration. Their rules, and Joe Biden's rules are the same. The lax rules for national security that they have, because they're so worried about diversity and not mistreating anybody, that I can't fathom the spies that have infiltrated our country since Obama. I mean, it's got to be off the charts everywhere. And it continues. Hunter Biden, apparently, according to the feds, there's enough to indict him on corruption charges as well as the gun charge. And it is in the hands of a United States attorney out of Delaware. And he's a Trump appointee, but that doesn't mean anything. It's not where he works now. Have you seen the movie Billions or the show Billions? If you look at Billions, there's a character in there that's really good character, and he's a U.S. attorney, and you see the machinations of the deals going on, who to prosecute, who not to prosecute, what deal you get for this and everything else. If you don't think that goes on every single day, you got something else cooking. I can't fathom the powerful forces all the way to Joe Biden that are at work here behind the scenes to make sure Hunter Biden is never charged with a crime. They were talking last night on the news that possibly Biden wants him to take a deal, take a fine, do this. Hunter won't take a deal. He's not going to get charged. You watch, he will not get charged. The United States government has purchased $290 million of radiation sickness. That ought to scare the hell out of you. What do they know that we don't know? Biden did something that I actually agree with. This is a shocker. This is the first thing I think in his administration I agreed with. He pardoned, I think, 600 or 6,000, I forget what it was, the hundreds or the thousands, of people charged with federal pot possession crimes and encouraged states to do the same. I have to admit, I agree with that. Pot possession, give me a break. Mayorkas, our quote-unquote non-Homeland Security, he might face impeachment charges. I don't know why they don't bring up treason. I mean, how is that what going on the border is not treason? With all the inflation going on, with the energy issue, with gas prices going up, what is Joe Biden considering? Blocking more offshore drilling. Can't make it up. In 77% of voters' minds, crime is a very big concern and numero uno issue. You know, when you think about what's going on right now in this country, the crime and inflation and immigration and illegal aliens, and then you got 1,000 other issues. I mean, how do the Republicans not win the midterms? A Swedish team, investigators, said that there were detonations are what damaged the Nord Stream pipeline. The question becomes now, who? Who did it? DACA was struck down by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. It will now go to the United States Supreme Court, but the dreamers are in trouble. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.